a look at the black horse. Now, read once again for us the description of the black horse so we can renew in our minds, Eddie, and follow exactly what the description says.
I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. What does that add up to?
Well, I was thinking about communism, and is there another spirit in the world similar to communism that has something to do with balances? Now, when we think about balances, we think about trade. If you go to buy something, you have to have a scales, you have to have a set of balances. And it dawned on me that there is an international spirit which is actually the counterpart to communism, and of course it's capitalism. Capitalism, its message is not, we're going to conquer you, we're going to fight you. Our message is, we have the most thriving economy on the face of the earth. Our people enjoy a higher standard of living than any other people on the face of the earth. So why don't you want to be like us? And then when you go ahead to look at the next verse where it says a measure of wheat for a penny, 3 measures of barley for a penny, don't hurt the oil and the wine. It's like a prophetic stock market report. We hear it several times every day. Dow Jones Industrial's up so much, AT&T down so much. And in any given political campaign, Bill Clinton said it this way, it's the economy, stupid. If you hurt the economy, you're going to be out of office. You know, George Herbert Walker Bush enjoyed 90% approval rating after the Gulf War. However, Bill Clinton was able to convince the American people that the economy was going south, and people in capitalist countries do vote their pocketbook because that's the spirit they have. We're dealing with spirits here. These are 4 spirits. The spirit of capitalism absolutely permeates nations that are capitalistic. It's not true in the communist world. They have a total different agenda. They have total different motivations. So consequently, when we look at this entire picture here, we're seeing what I believe is a prophetic stock market report. And then
it's actually giving the value. A measure of wheat for a penny. What's the value of wheat? It's a penny. 3 measures of barley for a penny. This is the value. This is exactly how capitalism works. What is it? What is its value? How does it change through time?
And I think one of the telling statements there is, see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Don't hurt the economy, or we'll throw you out of office. I mean, you can do almost anything, Eddie, as we've seen in recent times.
And get away with it.
And get away with
yes.
it. Except hurt the economy. Nobody wanted Bill Clinton to be kicked out of office because our pocketbooks were thick.
You know, I had read after studying the study manual counterpart of this course, this course in writing, in a book form, and I had read about the black horse and capitalism, and then my wife and I went off on a vacation to Europe. And we flew into Zurich, Switzerland, and we went from the airport downstairs to the train station. The first thing I see when we get to the escalator is a bank, a place to change money. And I looked, I stopped, I said to my wife, I said, look at that right there. She said, what? I said, that sign right there on the bank, it's a pair of balances. This is where you change your money. It's at the airport, it's at the train station, this is where you change your money. I said, balances. Capitalism. This is all about it. And then we discovered, it was not long later, that I think it was someone had pointed out to us that on the front of a $1 bill, it's right there, there's a pair of balances right there on the $1 bill. This is capitalism.
There's no doubt about it. That is capitalism. Now, to give you some more information to hold on to here that's really powerful, while I was studying all of these things, I was following events in Germany at the time, and there was an election held in Germany between the Social Democrats and the Christian Democrats. Now, the Social Democrats were socialist. The Christian Democrats were capitalist. In this contest, neither one of the major parties won 50% of the vote, so they couldn't put a government together. They had to form a coalition government. There was a splinter party called the FDP, the Free Democratic People's Party, and they had about 7% of the vote. So negotiations went on for about 30 days until finally the 2 big parties got tired of it. The FDP was demanding way too much power in the government in light of the contribution of 7%. Finally, the two big parties decided to put together a grand coalition. I want to read for you the article. This was in Time magazine, December the 9th of 1966. Listen to what it said. A grand coalition of the two major parties, the Christian Democrats and the Social Democrats, that have bitterly fought each other for years. Now listen to this. A union of black and red. It was a marriage of convenience, but a stunning match nonetheless. I couldn't believe my eyes. Here in Time magazine, they are revealing to me what I suspected to be true already. I knew that red was the color of communism, but black is the official color that the media uses to refer to capitalism. And I had never known that. I thought that this was a symbol of capitalism, but I did not know that black was the official color of capitalism.
So you suspected, but you had no proof. I mean, it's not hard to prove that the internationally recognized color of communism is red. That's not a contest.
Red China,
Yeah.
red Russia, red Romania.
But not too many people. I never knew that black was what was the color that was used to describe capitalism. But you start to see some. Or you suspected it, but you had no proof. Now you've got proof, and now you start to see through the course of time. It's subtle. You have to be looking for it. You have to be attuned to it. But black is the color for capitalism.
And by the way, Eddie, I have found many other proofs of that from that time until now. So I went from being a little bit uncertain to being absolutely positive that the color that officially represents communism is red, the color that officially represents capitalism is black. And then I understood why God picked a red horse and a black horse, and it dawned on me that these are the spirits that make people do what they do. They're the spirits that dominate the discussion in the classrooms of colleges around the world. They make governments hold to certain policies. A socialist is going to do certain things. If you know even the political party of a person, you can almost tell where they stand on every issue because the spirit of that party. In America here right now, the Democratic Party in times past, I'm not sure it's true today, but in times past, has been the Socialist Party, more or less, whereas the Republicans were stronger toward free enterprise. I think those lines have now become somewhat blurred on us. So consequently, if you ask a person 5 questions, you can almost take the answers and figure out who that person is because the spirit of that particular political agenda has controlled them. And that's what's being said here in this prophecy. These are the 4 spirits that go forth into all the world. They're controlling the kings of the world. They're controlling the media. They're controlling everything that is done. It's really a stunning understanding.